Good morning, students. In high voltage measurement chapter, we already study some different methods to measure the high voltage. Now, for measuring the values of peak value of the high voltage, we are studying peak reading AC voltmeter. So, it is also very important to measure the peak value of an AC waveform. When waveform is not sinusoidal, RMS value of the voltage multiplied by root 2 is not correct. Hence, separate peak valve instrument is needed. So, series capacitor peak voltmeter we will study. When a capacitor is connected to a sinusoidal voltage source, the entering current is C integration of 0 to t times V dt, or we can also say j omega into CV, where V is the RMS value of voltage and coangular frequency is omega. If half wave rectifier is used, the arithmetic mean of rectifier current is proportional to the peak valve AC voltage. The DC meter reading is proportional to peak value of valve Vm, or Vm we can say equal to Vm by 2 pi Fc. So, when waveform is not suitable or more than our peak on each half cycle, it is not suitable. We are using, let's see, peak reading voltmeter with or resistance divider. So, for high voltage cannot reduce, very high voltage cannot reduce directly, and are potential divider preferably of capacitance type. So, here we can see two figures, a simple peak voltmeter circuit with capacitor voltage divider which reduce the voltage V to be measured by a low voltage Vm. So, the voltage across C2 changes the storage capacitor Cs, and Cs is charged to a voltage proportional to the peak valve to be measured voltage can be measured by an electrostatic voltmeter or other suitable voltmeters with high input impedance. Rd is a discharge resistor employed to permit variation 0 to Vm whenever V2 is reduced. The discharge time constant is Cs into Rd is desired to be about 1 to 10 seconds. This gives rise a discharge error which depends on the frequency of the supply voltage. To compensable for charging and discharging error due to resistance circuit, we can modify this circuit with the capacitor divider circuit. So, the peak reading voltmeter for impulse voltage. The methods are similar to employed for AC crest valve measurement. Instrument is normally connected to low voltage arm of potential divider. Basic circuit for the peak reading voltmeter for impulse voltage is given here. And circuit consists of any valve rectifiers. Diode D conducts for the voltage only for negative pulse to diode due to connected in reverse. When the voltage impulse Vt appears across the low voltage arm of the potential divider, the capacitor Cm is charged to the peak value of the pulse. When the amplitude of signal start decreasing, the diode becomes reverse biased and prevents the discharging to the capacitor Cm. The voltage developed across Cm is measured by a high impedance voltage. It can be electrostatic. As diode D has finite forward resistance, the voltage to which Cm is charged will be less than the actual peak of the signal and is measuring capacitance Em here. So, the error can be estimated if waveform is known. The actual forward resistance of diode D is difficult to estimate, and hence meter is calibrated using an oscilloscope. With potential divider, voltage of either polarity is transferred into proportional the measuring signal by resistance or capacitor voltage divider and the diode circuit. So this is what for the peak reading voltmeter, also for impulse value. Now for measuring capacitors, or we can say peak voltage measurement according to Chubb and Foster's. So as opposed to sphere gaps, the circuit suggested by Chubb and Foster's in 1913 is capable of measuring the peak value of a high AC voltage continuously and accurately. It is shown in the figure, the circuit with its current and voltage curves. So, a charging current I given by the rate of change of the applied voltage flow through a high voltage capacitor C and is passed through two anti-parallel rectifiers V1 and V2 to ground. The arithmetic mean value I1 of current I1 in the left hand branch is measured with a moving coil instrument as shown below. This current is proportional to the peak value U of the high voltage provided that certain conditions are fulfilled. If the behavior of the rectifiers is assumed idle, then for the conducting period of V1, it will be as I1 equal to C into dV by dt. Here V is the U, so it will be C into du by dt for t up to time 0 to t by 2. Now I1 will be 1 upon t integration of 0 to 2 I1 dt. It will give us the value equal to C by t into U into 2 by t by 2 minus U of 0. If the voltage is symmetrical with reference to the 0 line, then U of t by 2 minus U of 0 will be 2U, and with t equal to 1 upon f, we can obtain U equal to I1 1 by 2 Fc. In the derivation of this expression, it is not assumed that U of t is sinusoidal. But when semiconductor rectifiers are used, only one maximum per half period can occur. The use of synchronous mechanical rectifiers are controllable rectifiers allows correct measurement of AC voltage with more than one maximum per half period. Oscillograph monitoring of high voltage shape is necessary and is usually done by observing the current I1, which is allowed to have only one crossover in half inch period. So we can say in half inch period, the half period circuit is shown is here. In this circuit, the measuring capacitor Cm is charged to the peak value U of the lower arm voltage U of t of the capacitor divider. Is the resistor Rm here, which discharge the capacitor Cm, is meant to be follow reduction of the applied voltage. The choice of time constant for this discharge process is determined by the desired response of the measuring system. In general, we have two choices for RMCM greater than 1 and RMCM less than 1 upon F. The resistor R2 is necessary to minimize charging by of C2 by the current flowing through the rectifier Vm. The value of R2 must be chosen in such a way that the DC voltage drop across R2, which causes DC charging of C2, remains as small as possible. In this case, one must have R2 so many less than of Rm. On the other hand, the capacitive divider ratio should not be affected much by R2, which requires R2 should be greater than 1 upon omega C2. So, we have three conditions to remain C2 as small as possible. With all these conditions, the relation between the peak value of high voltage and the indicated voltage Um is given as 1 upon C1 plus C2 divided by C2 into UM. The working principle of this impulse peak voltmeter of the UBC high voltage test set is based on this technique. Even though a more elaborate circuit is employed in this control box, there is only an AC voltmeter which operates on the same principle but indicates peak value divided by root 2 into U upon root 2 instead of peak value. So the measuring instrument ammeter read the magnitude of charge per cycle or mean value of current as C into du by dt. Here we can see the waveform for our peak reading meter. So Umax is given and U of t is a signal for voltage and I of C of t is a signal for current. So this is for peak reading meter to measure the impulse voltage or peak value of high voltage.